All right, welcome, welcome. It's Soulpreneur Sunday, everyone. So glad you could join me. If you're new to me, I am Trina, your intuitive guide with the chakra vibe, helping you navigate life's energies. And today I want to talk about this week, May 17th. The week of May 17th. So, yesterday we had a new moon, new beginnings in Taurus. All right. So, happy birthday, all you Taurus people. We celebrated my son's birthday. Um, he's 13. So, one of my favorite Taurians. And this. Soon it'll be Gemini season. So we're finishing up Taurus season here. And then on May 20th, I get to say happy birthday to all you Geminis. But for now, we're going to focus a little on this week. I wanted to talk about this new moon, new beginning in Taurus. Taurus loves the security, the five senses, and the um, money. Taurus likes money. So there is a feeling right now of us gathering our resources, starting our plants, right, for gardening and boosting our resources in some way. So that's interesting indeed. And then there's also just the fact that food, right? Taurus likes all five senses: the sight, the hearing, the taste, the touch. So getting your hands dirty, even with the gardening, for example, and cooking new things. And when we go shopping, for example, looking at meals to cook at home more because that is saving money. And I told you before, Taurus loves money. So this is a good week, especially if you are an entrepreneur, a soulpreneur, and it's a good time to look at your money stuff, your systems, your finances, really go through your spending too. What are you spending on? Do you really love it? Right? A lot of times we just spend stuff and forget it that we're on some subscriptions, for example. We forget about it. And it's just leaking money for no reason. So it's a good idea to look through all your subscriptions and decide, you know what, do I really enjoy that? Do I love that? I mean, I'm all for spending money if you have it, as well as saving for the future. But when we spend, we should be spending on the things we really truly love. So that's kind of a Taurus message for this new moon. Okay, and see, this new moon's going to be growing in energy until May 31st when there's a full moon, right? So we're starting to grow now, and we call it waxing, the waxing phase. So look up for May 31st in Sagittarius full moon. So that should be exciting indeed. All right. I'm going to start now by. Oh, before I was going to go into Aries to Pisces, I'm going to give you a little bit of information here based on that new moon in Taurus. But also, I want to talk about what else is happening. Um, Venus is still in Cancer. So, Venus, our money planet, abundance, the goddess, um, love, beauty, all the things we love and desire. For example, Venus is in Cancer. It's very homebodied. Cancer is intuitive, going within. It's a water sign. So Venus is being very feminine right now. Okay. Venus is being very feminine, very security conscious right now as well. Extra intuitive for people, and there is likely been a lot of thought around real estate. See, Venus is going to move signs. She's going to go into Leo, which is a little more, hello, I am here, I am Venus, right? She will be going into Leo on June 13th, but that's not for a while yet. So we're going to enjoy the Venus in Cancer benefits. And so when I go through your each sign as a soulpreneur, how can you use that to your advantage? All right. So, and then my final announcement before I get to Aries and to Pisces is that I am going to be working on the Gemini season videos. So, from Aries to Pisces, what does Gemini season have in store May 20th to June 21st? Gemini is a lot about talking, communication, learning, courses, your neighborhood too, and your community, short trips, your siblings, lots of information about your brother, sister, that kind of stuff too, your uncles and aunties and cousins perhaps. And so already stuff has, like some planets have started to move into Gemini. So that's why we're feeling it already. This in the air, the buzz, 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 a little bit of excitement, a desire to learn and read. And Gemini loves to learn. Gemini, the energy of Gemini too is kind of a social butterfly. So Gemini season is always a time usually where people do more broadcasts like this or more events in front of people, teaching them something, but giving them something of value. So, as a soulpreneur, we're going to talk about that, for each sign, Aries to Pisces as well. So, stay tuned on my YouTube channel for this upcoming Gemini season video. And I may just go live. We'll see. Sometimes I like to just do the whole thing live. So, we'll see how that goes, how I feel. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Aries to Pisces, a real quick rundown of this week for you, where we've got that new moon, new beginnings in Taurus for your money, for your security, and then also that Venus, the love planet and beauty and stuff, moving into Cancer. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to start with Aries. All right, Aries rising, those with their moons in Aries this week. You are feeling the new moon in Taurus in your second house of money. So that's a lot about your worth, your resources, income sources, and a little bit about what you're eating, because the second house has a lot to do with your mouth. What are we putting into our mouth? You may be being more cognizant, more aware of what's going into your mouth. Food is fuel, but there's definitely some new money and security conversations happening this week for you, this week of May 16th. Okay. And yeah, lots of conversations about maybe some alternate forms of income, passive maybe, or something you maybe not have even thought of as an extra source of income as well. Okay. And learning a lot about using food as medicine as well. So that'll be interesting for you, Aries. Now, with Venus moving into Cancer, that activates your fourth house of the home, the family. There's going to be more conversations about your parents, your family members, your children. And there may be more of a focus on beautifying the home here until June 13th. And really focusing on being a little bit more of a homebody. My home is my sanctuary. All right, Aries. So that looks good indeed. Okay, Taurus rising, those with their moons in Taurus. So this week of May 16th, you are enjoying your Taurus new moon. There's a new beginning for you, Taurus, especially Taurus risings too, I find, are going through a change. They're going through a new development, looking a lot of too about how you do relationships now. All sorts of relationships, love relationships, career relationships, business, parental relationships. You're looking and strategizing and thinking a lot about that as well. And there's changes to your body right now because Taurus, this is activating your first house of the self, this physical meat suit that you're in, right? Your soul is residing in this container, and it's the container that you are looking at. It could be looking at your weight or exercise routines, or maybe beautifying maybe a new hairstyle, right? Beautifying the external part to make you feel good. And so that looks good. I mean, this is kind of a whole new you, Taurus. We're just about at the end of Taurus season, and but this new moon in Taurus that activates your yourself, the self. Okay, is important here. It's important changes that are going on with you for the future. Kind of a new chapter reset. So that looks good for you, Taurus, and Taurus, you are run by Venus. So Venus moving into Cancer is really affecting you, and especially your third house. Now, this is a lot about you will find luck, beauty, good times, and joy in third house things. Now, what does that mean? Well, your community is really big. Your neighbors, the people within your community, attending events within your community, hosting events within your community, There's also a thing too with Venus moving in Cancer. Like some people, I just thought about my friend who's a Taurus rising, and she's starting a side gig of pet sitting, like I do. And so we worked on that together. And Cancer, Venus moving into Cancer, that is a lot about pets and the home and house sitting and pet sitting. So there's a lot there in the third house though of your immediate neighbors and community and little short trips with the car or the truck. Okay, that's happening for you. Little short trips. And also Taurus, you will be hearing more or interacting more with your siblings, your brother, sister, information having to do with them and your neighbors as well. So look out for that. Could be cousins too, right? Cousins, uncles, aunties, extended family, we'll call it. Could be that. I do see for you, Taurus, a few short trips, and some of them are definitely related to yourself in your relationships now, Taurus. And as we enter Gemini season on May 20th, you're going to start to see a lot more energy in your money, your second house of the money, the income, the side gigs, the self worth, valuing yourself, pricing things, all that, right? So it's looking really good for you, Taurus. I would say enjoy this time. All right, Gemini rising, those with their moons in Gemini. So we've got this new moon in Taurus, new beginnings in your 12th house of the subconscious, the health, the mental health. I feel, Gemini, you're just on the verge of a new awakening in some way, likely your relationships and how you just do life. So there is a new beginning of having more security when it comes to love, when it comes to mental health, when it comes to relaxing, when it comes to smelling the roses in life and enjoying. Okay, Gemini. So that's an important time right now. A lot about retreating within you and looking at your higher self and looking at yourself with love and understanding and compassion towards yourself. It's a gentler time for you right now to take it easy on yourself. Okay. 12th house activations can feel sometimes difficult, overwhelming, a little depressing sometimes because the 12th house likes to push things down and hide things, your deepest, darkest feelings, your deepest, darkest fears, Gemini. So you'll be dealing with that this week. And Venus in Cancer wants to help you, Gemini, in the second house of valuing yourself and money. Not surprised if you get money related to something to do with real estate, something to do with your family, um, property, things like that could be coming your way here until June 13th, Gemini, with Venus and Cancer there. There's also, it's activating your second house of the money, of how you value yourself, your resources. So there's a lot of deep thought about what really makes me happy for the long game here, the long haul, right, Gemini? Um, Not so much short term, but what's going to make me feel good emotionally and mentally and a little less stress, right? So it's a good time to do self care, go on a retreat, do the meditation or the yoga thing. Something like that, Gemini, can be very helpful for you this week. Now, when it comes to business, Gemini, because I know a lot of you have your own. The 12th house activation with the new moon in Taurus is bringing you money ideas when it comes to people paying you. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, being able to um, create if like you're if you work from home and maybe you're like me where you do like teaching or things like that, it's like creating a course or a live event with additional handouts with that, and then letting people pay you in advance, right? Through the Stripe, through the PayPal. Things like that is happening, getting these alternate sources of income for you, Gemini, and having a lot to do with the 12th house, which is solving the problem for others about releasing stress in their lives. So, whatever industry you're in, what can you teach someone that will help them solve the problem of stress in some way. And that'll be very helpful. Look, I got my necklace tangled up in my bracelet just now. I wonder what that means. Yes, the 12th house can feel a little bit overwhelming, okay? When people feel overwhelmed by money problems, people feel overwhelmed by time problems. One of the things, Gemini, that you could teach is something that solves their problem of time. Or maybe it's doing something for them that they don't like to do, or maybe they don't like. So you got to think about the problem that the person is having, and then how do you solve it? And the bigger the problem, the bigger you can charge. Okay, Gemini. So I just want you to remember that. And for some reason, I can't untangle my bracelet, so I don't know. All right, thanks, Gemini. I'll see you for your Gemini season video coming soon. It starts on May 20th till June 21st. It's your time to shine. All right, Cancer, Cancer rising. Those with their moons in Cancer, like me, I'm a Cancer moon and a Cancer rising, so I totally vibe with you. So we got this new moon, new beginnings, and remember, Cancer, we are ruled by the moon. So whatever the moon is doing, it's very important to us, right? It's really prominent. And so for us, Cancer, we've got the new moon in Taurus providing us some security and resources and things in the 11th house of the people. The people are our cheat code to this video of the game of life this week, okay? The people, the 11th house. Not only is the 11th house about new networks, benefactors, people that help us, and, you know, the 11th house is also about, our hopes and dreams for the future. What does that look like now, right? Okay, Cancer. So remember, if you can network with people, do group events as a soulpreneur, and get in touch with people, especially in real life, they high touch. You know what I mean? Like being in person, or maybe hosting a webinar like on Zoom with everybody in there, and that's going to be very good for you as a Cancerian. And then also Venus moving into Cancer. Well, that's our sign, Cancer. So lots about ourself. I think Cancer, you're gonna feel a little more lovely looking or handsome if you're a man, right? Like you feel like your body is looking pretty good. Venus is blessing you with good looks and charisma. What do the kids say nowadays? The Riz. Venus is blessing us with the Riz. Okay, so first house of self, right? This avatar, this meat suit that we live in, and so there will be a lot of nurturing to the body, a lot of thinking about health for the body, physical health, food as medicine, food as fuel, that kind of vibe too. And I think that will just be a little more popular until June 13th while Venus is in our sign. So let's enjoy that, right? There is a lot of opportunity for increased intuition. I mean, we are on fire when it comes to being psychic. Okay, Cancer. And this is leading all into Gemini season from May 20th to June 21st as well. So enjoy that. You can trust your gut. You can trust your downloads. You can trust your intuition. And you will be surprised about the things that happen there. All right, Cancer. All right, Leo, Leo rising, those with their moons in Leo. So we've got this week with the new moon in Taurus activating your 10th house of career. Wow, new beginnings, new money things with Taurus there, new security when it comes to your reputation, your business, your career. And if you're retired, it's more of like the mark you leave behind, the legacy you leave behind, that kind of feeling. The mark you make on the world is that way, because the 10th house is way at the top of the chart. So everybody's looking at you, Leo, here during this new moon week. So that looks really good. Take the opportunity to do something cool with your career. Some of you may be selling a business or buying a business as well in under this transit. Now, Venus moving into Cancer, Leo, that is activating your 12th house. This is behind the scenes money like PayPal, Venmo, Stripe accounts, things like that can be activated for you, Leo, with the 12th house. But there's also quite the spiritual, the subconscious. Venus is giving you extra intuition, extra psychic abilities, Leo, at this time, especially when it comes to your business and career. So that looks really good. Enjoy that. I would do more meditations and listen to the downloads you get. I would do more hypnosis at night if you feel like you want to be wealthier or you want better health or whatever. I love hypnosis at night to reprogram the mind in that 12th house, right? There's mental stress issues that can happen in the 12th house. So, very good to do self care, especially if you're stressed out at work or in your career or what's the next path for you. So, relax, take it easy, and the information's already inside you. You just gotta let it out of the 12th house. The 12th house likes to push things down. So we're trying to lift them up to view, to observe, and then make some right decisions, especially when it comes to your career, fame, and recognition, Leo. Virgo rising, those with their moons in Virgo. There's a new moon on May 16th. So for this week, you're really feeling the ninth house vibes. I mean, there's travel there. You're probably on a trip right now as we speak. Ninth house vibes is a lot about a new belief system, too. You used to believe one thing and it's changed now. This can be anything from spiritual stuff like religion. Or something like that. But there's a new beginning when it comes to opening the flappers and seeing things with new eyes, a new horizon, opening the field, right? For experimentation, for travel, for exploration, for learning. This can be a new beginning for some of you Virgos about learning something new, maybe for your new career or your next business aligned step or something like that. The ninth house loves to be kind of a learning house or a teaching house where you learn from a guru or you're a guru, Virgo, at this time. But in any case, we learn and we get new belief systems by travel or by reading and learning and courses, things like that. As a soulpreneur, an entrepreneur, Virgo, this is a good time to publish something, a PDF, coupon book, publish something to the people, right? It could be a course, could be a, whatever, could be new oracle cards, right? When the ninth house was activated at the time, we created and published the power of eight, right? So that looks really good indeed for you, Virgo. It's a time to open your horizons and have new belief systems and remove and get rid of the ones that aren't working. They don't work anymore, or maybe they've never have worked. Time to get serious about what's working for you and what's not. And Virgo, with Venus moving into Cancer, that is activating your 11th house. There's a lot of luck, beauty, and good vibes with people, certain people, the right people who are benefactors, who are helpful, who are of your same tribe, so to speak. And the 11th house is also about your hopes and dreams for the future, Virgo. What does that look like when it comes to your business, when it comes to your relationships? Venus in Cancer wants you to have in an intuitive spin on thinking about your future and what really sort of floats your boat and blows your hair back at this time. All right, Virgo. So it's a really good time for you to get help and assistance from people, the right people. The new networks could be coming your way as well, at least until June 13th. Okay, Virgo, but this is a week for you to really think about expanding your horizons for a better life in all ways. Libra rising, those with their moons in Libra. Okay, so we've got the new moon this week is all about your eighth house. Taurus likes money, eighth house likes money, your debt, your will, your legacy for the future, your inheritances, all that kind of stuff, the future money, your other money, could be joint finances with a partner, could be like divorce money. I don't know. There's just a lot of that other money. And this is a good time to look through all your debts, create a debt plan. I have some videos on my YouTube about that, and using your credit card the way it's supposed to be used to, yeah, anyways, eighth house is a lot about that. It's also very metaphysical, Libra. I'm not surprised if you have a new interest in astrology or something metaphysical like numerology or oracle cards or tarot or something like that in the eighth house too. It's the mysteries of the world. It's the old sacred knowledge. It could be Akashic records, for example, or anything like that. Can be coming your way, Libra, but most of all, it is about your intimate issues with another person. Your really like deeper intimacy things and your money and wealth for the future and making that work. So there'll be new opportunities there this week that Taurus will the sign of Taurus with that new moon is bringing you. Now we also have Venus that is moving into Cancer, which for you Libra is affecting your 10th house. So this can be new career opportunities, or maybe it's time to transform into a new business, a new career, a new way of earning money that may be different, or it's just a really good time for you to ask for a raise or get a promotion. Okay, so that looks good, Libra. I'm seeing good vibes for you when it comes to that. And stay tuned, Libra, too, for my Gemini forecast, May 20th to June 21st, where I will go much deeper into your cards and stars. Scorpio rising, those are the moons in Scorpio. It's your turn. Well, this week is all about your relationships. See, this new moon in Taurus is going into your 7th house of your contracts, your commitments, and your spouse, like the one-to-one, sort of like the husband, the wife, that vibe, right? But 7th house is also about all these contracts and commitments of which you sign on the dotted line. Okay, Scorpio. So it is a good time to look through all your contracts, commitments. Are you paying for subscriptions you don't really use? We talked about that at the beginning of this video for everyone. But the 7th house too makes us look at our relationships on a deeper, with a deeper like a stronger microscope. We'll say, am I really happy in this relationship? Is there something that needs to be improved upon? All those kind of things you're looking at when it comes to the 7th house things. So can be because it's a new beginning in Taurus, which likes money and security. It could be that you are embarking on a new contract or commitment, like a new job or something like that, that brings you more money or wealth, things like that, that brings you more security, some kind of contract or commitment that brings you more security. All right. Could be real estate. Yes, I heard that. Someone asked, thought that. Is it real estate? Is it a new house? Yes, it can be. It could be you buying or selling property, housing, things like that. But it can also be job and career, whatever. It's wherever you're going to sign your name on the dotted line, right? It could be even a new investment changes in your portfolio, right? Okay. Then we also have Venus moving to Cancer, and that hits your 9th house is being activated till June 13th. So there is new, it's a lucky house, 9th house. It's a new horizons, new opportunities, exploration kind of house, the 9th house. So maybe you'll be receiving a new ticket, contract, commitment to go overseas, to go international. 9th house loves international stuff, overseas stuff, overnight trips, that kind of vibe as well. But the 9th house is a lot about energy healing, catching a new vibe for the future. Quite often, when our 9th house is activated, there's some new and lovely things that Venus is bringing you when it comes to moving, when it comes to your learning something new, your philosophies, your religion, all sorts of stuff like that, your spirituality in general. New knowledge, new awakenings, new horizons. It's like a woman on top of the mountain, and the world is her oyster. And what will you choose next? Right? And there's a lot of learning in there. Maybe you're becoming a teacher, or maybe you're learning from a teacher in some way. It's also a really good time to publish something. Okay. So Scorpio would be like, maybe you wanted to publish those oracle cards or that music or that poetry or those paintings. You want to publish that and sell that and things like that. Let the world see those things. This is a good time to do that. Okay. All right. Sagittarius. Sagittarius rising, and those with their moons in Sagittarius, you can listen to this too. We've got the new moon, new beginnings in Taurus, having to do with your 6th house. Now, the 6th house often means your health, and Taurus is what goes in the mouth. Food as fuel, food as medicine, That's going to be very helpful for you. When it comes to the sixth house too, this is your daily routines and fixing the system, improving the system, streamlining the system from when you wake up and go to bed, all that stuff in the middle. Your sixth house of the routines, the daily thing. Sixth house can also bring pets to you in some way, or even farm chickens. Maybe you're looking at getting some fresh farm chicken, backyard chickens for fresh eggs, for example, or maybe you're looking into getting some goats. Or a new dog, a new cat, that kind of thing can happen too. Some energy in the sixth house. But all in all, it's a lot about the stress, the mental health, which leads into the physical health. And how can we improve? How can we make our lives easier, less stress? Do we need to hire someone to do stuff we don't like to do, like wash our windows or our toilets? Just making stuff up here. But it's like, stop doing the things that create bottlenecks for you, that create no joy for you. And as soon as you remove that from your life, your health becomes better, life becomes so much better and easier, improvements when we can streamline. And sometimes we have to, as a Sagittarius, you may have to ask for help sometimes. Especially when the load gets too heavy, with the stuff that you have to do in a day, you may just want to hire or ask for help or something like that, right? Okay, now Venus moving into Cancer, well, that's hitting your eighth house of your other money. So I would say that there will be news about your investments, maybe reallocation. There will be news about joint finances, you and your spouse's money. Maybe you've been waiting to hear about, you've separated or divorced, and now you're waiting to hear about that's money stuff that goes along with that, things like that in the eighth house. It can also be that metaphysics and energy healing and things like the unknown, the occult mysteries, all that kind of stuff could be coming your way right now. Venus in Cancer is very intuitive, and Venus wants to bring you beauty and money in eighth house matters. So it is your other money, it's your intimate issues as well. You'll be looking at Sagittarius, how you do intimacy, if you know what I mean. And also, you may just have a stronger interest rate now too until June. Yeah, June 13th in tarot cards, Lenormand cards, astrology, all those things I teach. So you may be interested in that as well. Come visit my website, by the way, www.themoontree.org, if you're interested in that stuff. I got a lot of trainings and all sorts of things. Anyways, I would say to Sag, it could be that you are doing some transactions when it comes to money, when it comes to real estate, home, house, property could be happening here for you until June 13th as well. Okay. Could be a good time for you, Sag, to buy or sell property, real estate. Okay. Nice opening there for you. Okay, Capricorn rising. Those are the ones in Capricorn. Well, new moon, new beginning started May 16th. So this week for you, it's activating your fifth house. Capricorn, I'm going to say you're one of the luckiest. You're going to enjoy this week more than everybody else. Okay, because the fifth house is the fun house. It's the creativity house. It's hobbies. It's winning a little bit in games of chance. Okay, you may be lucky this week. And into the the last week in May here too. So, but this week, when that palm gets itchy, Capricorn, I would buy a lottery ticket, but I would buy the smaller ones, not the big ones. I prefer raffles and smaller lotteries that are easier to win because there's less competition. Those are the kind of lucky things, maybe even the horse races. Okay. But yeah, you could be very lucky, Capricorn. But it's a lot about your children too. I would say some new beginnings, new stuff happening with your kids in some way. And maybe you are asked to provide more attention with them in some way too. Could be just, the sports things. I don't know. There's just a lot of kid energy. It might be a time too, Capricorn, where you are looking to get pregnant, some of you, and this week would be a good time for you to have a new beginning in pregnancy. I would go for the let's see, because it goes 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah. So on the 23rd is a good day to do it, if you know what I mean. Because 2 plus 3 equals 5. And 5 days are always good for fertility. Okay. And so these things being in your fifth house, new beginning, that new moon in your fifth house of fertility, kids, creations, creativity, it's good. And so keep that in mind if you are looking to get pregnant. Just better luck, right? Not saying you will or whatever, but just saying it's better odds, right? Now, Venus moving into Cancer for you, Capricorn, that means you're getting some new blessings of Venus in your seventh house of marriage. Okay, your spouse, it could be something new development with that. It could also be about your contracts and commitments, where you sign it online, something new coming your way. Maybe it's a new job and you got to sign it. Maybe it's a new investment opportunity. Maybe it's a new property because Cancer loves Venus and Cancer. Cancer loves property, real estate. So for you, Capricorn, it could be that you are buying or selling real estate, housing, or maybe entering into a new rental agreement, maybe, or something like that. So that looks good. Enjoy this time, Capricorn. The fifth house is always, whenever it's activated, I get excited because it's lucky and it's fun. It's getting back into your hobbies. It's painting, it's music, it's kid energy. It's like seeing things through kid eyes again, being like a kid again, and just having fun. So enjoy that. Okay, Cap. Ooh, Aquarius, Aquarius rising, those with their moons in Aquarius. And I get so excited for Aquarius because I am one of you. I am born under an Aquarius sun in January. But for us, okay, so this new moon, new beginning this week, starting on May 16th for the week, it's activating our fourth house. So, fourth house of home and family. So, our home is our sanctuary for sure this week. Growing things, working on money, when finances, and doing it within the home. Maybe working on some feng shui for wealth, all that kind of stuff, right? But it's basically the security of the home is really prominent for you. Having roots could be stuff about your parents. Maybe you'll be starting to plan a new beginning to go visit them or something to do with that because the fourth house can be your parents, your ancestors, and things like that too. um, could be property for some of you Aquarians. Maybe you got a new piece of property now you either bought, or maybe you're renting something new, or maybe you're selling a piece of property, or maybe you're starting something new like an Airbnb within your house, right? All sorts of ideas when it comes to the home and family and beautifying the place, making it feel secure, growing things, growing the garden, or I do container gardening 'cause it's easier. I don't like all the weeds when a real garden has. So I like container gardening, for example, and things like that. Cooking new recipes, finding ways to save money on groceries by creating your own. I mean, you can use just a lot of cream to make your own butter, to make your own buttermilk, to create your own cheese, all these things, right? For example, using groceries longer, all that security stuff of Taurus with the new moon in the whole fourth house. So that looks good, Aquarius. Enjoy that. By the way, Aquarius, I'm coming out with Gemini Forecast 2, Gemini Season, I should say, May 20th to June 21st. And that's in our fifth house for the whole month of fun and creativity. So stay tuned for that forecast. It's a good time for us Aquarians. So let's enjoy that. Now, Venus moving into Cancer this week of May 16th, 17th week here. This week is Venus in Cancer, which is activating our sixth house of health. So I'm going to say the more fun we have, the more creative we have, the more we let things go and just go with the flow and do things we love within the house. And within the family is going to, Venus will bring blessings to us in our sixth house of health, the daily routines. And it's fun getting up in the morning and having our little morning routine and getting ready for the day and enjoying our lives and enjoying the systems. The sixth house is the systems from when you wake up to when you go to bed, all that stuff in the middle, your daily routines, and your health is big in there. And sometimes it can be pets. I mean, there might be some attention here on pets until June 13th. Maybe some of you are thinking of farm animal pets, which can often happen in the sixth house. Like what I mean is like backyard chickens or goats or things like that. Maybe you've been thinking, I'd really love to have some farm fresh eggs of my own and have a chicken coop in the backyard, right? And then you start researching how many chickens am I allowed to have? Also, am I allowed to have a rooster or whatever, right? Like stuff like that with the sixth house. Could be that you're getting a new dog or cat as well, like regular pets, but sixth house is a lot to do with your health though. And Cancer, like Venus in Cancer, and it comes to your health, well, I'm gonna say that that's a lot about your lymph nodes right now. Okay, your chest, your breast, your stomach, and digestion, and also the lymphs. So doing the lymph node drainage, making sure you have nice baths every day with a salt like baking soda and magnesium salts and Epsom salts and maybe some essential oils in there. It's gonna be really nice this week for you to just clean out your system through your skin and eating the right foods to proper digestion. Okay, Aquarius, that's gonna help overall. Because health is wealth, right? We need to keep up our health in order to be wealthy. Healthy is wealthy, wealth is health. All right. I'll see you in the Gemini forecast soon, Aquarius, where we can dive deeper into your cards and stars. And Pisces rising, those with their moons in Pisces. This new moon, new beginnings in Taurus is activating your third house of busy, busy. So this week you are busy answering emails, little short trips. Maybe your brother and sister are gonna come visit you, or you're gonna go visit them, or they're gonna phone you, or something like that. The third house is very busy with invitations quite often. A lot to do with the community, a lot to do with learning something new. Maybe I noticed the third house can have paperwork involved too, like making maybe some. I know the seventh house is full of contracts and commitments, but third house can involve paperwork as well in some way. I just think you're busy communicating, learning. If you're a soulpreneur, Pisces, this is a good time to teach people something, one skill, right? Or do something they don't want to do. You take on and you charge for that, right? Um, Pisces, maybe they need your eyes on something, and you pay like they pay you to do that, right? There's different things there when it comes to soulpreneur entrepreneurship. With the third house, is a very good time to market yourself, sales. People are gonna know, just post something for free on the general forum or the general Facebook page of your community, third house community, okay? So lots of stuff about that, okay, this week. Expect to be a little more busier when it comes to the texts, the phone calls, Pisces, and things like that too. Could be that you hear from your sister, your brother, your uncles and aunties, your extended family, will say. Maybe your cousins are coming to see you too, or phone you up. So good time, Pisces, for those kind of things. Now, we also have Venus in Cancer for you, which is hitting your fifth house of the fun, the pleasures of life. I call it the fun house, the fifth house. This is a lot about being creative and also being like a kid again. Or it could be that Venus is bringing you blessings with your children. Maybe you'll become a grandparent, or maybe you have been wanting to get pregnant. This is a really good time until June 13th, actually, not just this week, but June 13th, you'll have this energy of Venus in Cancer activating your fifth house of kids, fertility, creativity, too, right? If it has nothing to do with your kids or being a grandparent or anything like that, well, the fifth house means painting or music or your hobbies you used to do, whatever that is for you, the things that brought you joy by creating, because humans are meant to create, and the fifth house is all about creativity. So enjoying that. I told you the fifth house is a fun house, so it's good to get back into hobbies or sports or things that you used to do that brought you joy and bring it back. It's time to bring it back, okay? Venus in Cancer, yeah, it's also bringing you a little bit of intuition when it comes to your kids. And also, it could be like intuitive painting, intuitive music, things like that, or the joy of pulling cards. Anything that brings you joy is really very good right now to do. It could be like you're learning how to cook. Um, my friend actually, she's a Cancer, and I'm a Cancer rising, Cancer moon. She just gave me a book. It's called Oh She Glows, and it's a vegan cookbook, and it looks so good. I can't wait to try some of the recipes, for example. So Venus is bringing blessings in Cancerian topics like that. Like Cancer topics is about intuition. It's about cooking. It's about caretaking for others too. And so this is all in your fifth house of fun and children. So it's looking good, Pisces. Enjoy that. I'm really liking this vibe for you. It's all about, making life fun again and joyful. So that looks good. But stay tuned, Pisces. When I'm going to be coming out with the Gemini forecasts, which is May 20th to June 21st, is Gemini season. And this is a lot for you, Pisces, in your fourth house of home, family, and real estate. So stay tuned for that. All right, folks, thanks for joining me to Soulpreneur Sunday. I hope you got some really good information, for this week, health and wealth. Before we go, I am going to pull a card from our card deck, the Power of Eight Chakra Lenormand. These are the cards made by me and Michelle. She's a Capricorn, I'm an Aquarius, and we're going to pull the Lenormand cards, which have been chacrified. So when you get your cards, you get your chakra chart, what all the chakras mean, and you get a nice color booklet. Okay. And the cards. All right. So we'll tap 3 times and we'll pull some cards for everybody for this week of May 16th, May 17th, this week with that new moon in Taurus, new beginnings, and Venus moving into Cancer. Very lovely energy I feel for this week. Very lovely and feminine energy this week, and I'm really liking it. Feminine, as I said, feminine. I pulled out the woman card. That's what we used as the cover of our book in the box. But the woman, it's a feminine energy. She's reaching for um, new horizons, new things, and she's just or she could be running away from confusion, doubt. The clouds can be a card that warns us of we need to look at why are we doubting this thing, whatever that is, the situation. What's making us feel doubtful, confused, foggy in the head? And we want to look at the reasons why, okay, this week. Venus wants you to have pleasure. New moon in Taurus wants you to have security. And so what is causing you insecurity, anxiety, the clouds, as a little dragon in the clouds and the problems and things like that. What's causing, right? And what's causing the fear? What's causing the problems? What's causing the disturbance in the mind? Now, when we look at the book for the clouds card, the description of this is doubts, conflicts, brain fog, could be deceptions as well, or disorders of the mind, right? This is all in our mind. If you like gemstones, I would get yourself some selenite from your local metaphysics shop, or amethyst, which is what I call the Jill of all trades, and just go like this and wave it, imagining that you're dissolving any doubts, any fears, any illusions, so that you can see your future is bright for a very long while, right? The long game. And we want to look at what's causing the doubt, the confusion, the fear, right? Gemini air, that's what rules this card. It's in the mind. It's an air sign. And Pisces, the water element, which is our feelings. So both our mind and our feelings are coming this week to think about. Um, and I can feel it right now because new moon, new beginnings in Taurus. Taurus wants security. So it's really looking at those things that don't feel secure to us anymore. And maybe it's about dissolving those, removing those, and focusing on the things that do provide security and making changes and actions towards that. Now, this is the mind, this is the brain, this is our belief systems. It's the king of clubs, right? The king of clubs of the mind, communications. So, your affirmation is, my thoughts are clear. Now, I am a big essential oil user. So, for this, you could use cypress, juniper, basil, or lavender, or a combination of all those. Or I'll say that again, cypress, very good one, juniper, lavender, basil, and diffuse the essential oils. I sometimes make a spray it, right, to clear and lift up the vibration of the energy, remove the feeling of anxiety or doubt. Essential oils like to stabilize, make us feel secure and grounded. It could be a case of walking barefoot in the grass about 5 minutes a day, hugging a tree. Some of you may think that's woo woo, but it works. It grounds you. That's why they call it the ground, because we're an electrical body. Anode, cathode, positive, negative, right? In the body. North pole, south pole, in the body. We are electrical beings, energetic beings. And I think that that's why they call it the ground, because we stand barefoot in the grass, in the ground, getting our feet dirty. It just takes that all away and the earth absorbs it for, yes, for us. So there's the weekly forecast. Thank you for joining me today on Soulpreneur Sunday. My name is Trina, your intuitive guide with a chakra vibe, helping you navigate life's energies. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.